Right guys, just going to do a quick audio check before we get started. Great. Stream's all running good, so while I wait for my flight sim to load in. Now, one piece of information about today's flight. Unfortunately, our weather isn't the best today. We've got clouds scattered at 3,000, broken at 3,840. But between 4,000 and 9,000, it looks as though we're okay. So, have to try and stay in that window today. As we might have. But luckily, there are some longer flights today. At least where we're over right now, so hopefully the issue with clouds will be better in other places. I don't know what's happening to my flight sim right now. It doesn't want to load in. There we go, it started again. I don't know, it's just being a bit slow. I don't know, hopefully that's okay. I don't know, for some reason it's being extremely slow to load in. It says loading terrain data and it's just taking an age for some reason. But there we go, so yeah, today we are doing 3 legs. Now this is the last stream in this tour. We're running 3 legs. From now on, the legs do get a little bit longer from here. So we won't be running those legs anymore. We won't be doing big, massive ones anymore. So today might be fairly long actually. We've got a 25-mile one, a 20-mile, and then a 14-mile. So it's about 60 miles we're travelling today. I don't know what's up with my flight sim. It's on 50% now. It's being very slow. So I'll get it over to the flight sim once it's all loaded in. Also got a new overlay. No, not new overlay. A new thing for when we're in intermission, if that ever does happen. Although last week we were fine, so we might not need that. Come on. But yeah, I discovered it. I had made it ages ago, but obviously never put it into my recording software for some reason. Right, it's taking its time. It's up to 71% loaded now. I don't know why it's taking so long. It really shouldn't be. I don't know. Obviously something's got it slowed down today. Oh, got someone in the chat. That's nice. Someone asking how lockdown is. Yeah, it's going pretty good, you know. We've been able to do more streams, as you guys know. Anyone watching, we have been able to now do Thursday afternoon streams this week. We've also got a bonus Friday morning stream with the brand new Quality Wing 787 we bought. Oh my word, it's 80%. There you go, finally 89%. Come on. Something's up with my flight sim today. It's just being stupidly slow to load in today. And now the loading box has just disappeared. What's going on? Oh, great. Let's say after all of that, my flight sim just hasn't loaded in. Okay. Yeah. Okay, my flight sim's been a bit odd. I've just said I want to exit flight sim. That might close. Oh, great. Okay, my FSX does take about 5 minutes to start, so this is a great start, isn't it, to today's stream? We've had a couple of problems with FSX. Let's try starting it. I don't know what's going on, sorry. We've had a couple of issues, and now it's saying that FSX is still running when it isn't still running. I don't know, something's gone up here. Something's up. Great. There is something wrong with my PC. Now it's saying that Microsoft Flight Sim is running when it isn't running. Okay. And yes, I can confirm, PC, that it's not running. There we go. So I've now just confirmed that for the flight sim to start up, this will be a bit of time. So while it's starting up, I may as well run through you guys what weather we can expect today. I know we don't normally do this, but what can I do? You can see the overlay up there. So we're going There is quite a bit of cloud, as you can see. I'm really hoping my flight sim doesn't take too long to load in. Actually, I can also tweak the overlay side of things. Absolute nightmare, this. Absolute nightmare. Sorry, I do apologise, guys. I don't really know what's going on today, but there we go. I guess my flight sim was being really slow to load in and then decided to not run anyway. So it's a bit of a strange one. I've never actually had that problem before. Hopefully that when my flight sim comes back up, it'll just be able to start 100% fine. But yeah, as I said, it takes about 5 minutes to load in. So as I said, while we're doing that, we'll go over today's weather. So very cloudy. Today, we're going from PHLU, although I am thinking about maybe cutting the stream short to 2 flights now rather than 3. I don't know, but we should be able to do 3 still, because they were long flights originally. This flight should take about 6 minutes, this to say. I think it'll be a bit, I think our cruise speed's probably way out, yeah. If I adjust our cruise speed to something a bit more accurate, about 190. Let's see what we get now. As you can see, it's now going to take us 8 minutes. Only 8 minutes. Only a little bit longer. Oh, okay, that makes no sense. It's a bit cloudy, as you can see. You know, we have got some problems with clouds over at PHLU, which is our taking off airport. We have clouds. How are we at PHNY? Oh, great. Broken at 2,300, so we've got some bad cloud there. And then PHGH. Okay, the weather's a bit better in other areas of Hawaii. And then finally, it's leg 14. So look. PHOG. So the weather's a bit, actually, the weather is getting better throughout the stream today. But we're starting off with, you know, this stream basically, hopefully it'll get better as we go on. Right now, at least, we've got some issues. That's for certain. I'll throw it back to this screen, actually. There we go, we get to use this stream. We get to use this little overlay that I didn't think I'd get to use. So that's kind of cool. You know, there's always an opportunity. I am sorry, guys, for this. My flight sim does take its time to start back up. I'm aware of that. It takes ages. About 5 to 10 minutes, to be exact. I don't really know what's wrong with my PC at the moment, but there we go. I've never had this issue before, and then I go to do a stream. You know, my flight sim's been up for an hour. No, not an hour. Maybe a bit less than that, but it's been up. It's been up absolutely fine. And then I go to load something in, and boom, we've got a problem. So, I don't know, there's something wrong. I'll check the scenery now when we load back in. It's a bit of an odd one. Don't really know what's happened, but if it doesn't work, we'll just have to abandon today's stream, I guess. And then just, you know, postpone it all to next week, the VFR stuff, and I'll spend this evening trying to sort this thing out. Hopefully it doesn't come to that, though. I'm really hoping that we won't have any issues with that. Come on, flight sim, it's been 3 minutes now. I don't know why it does this. It's because I've got the Airsoft Airbus installed. I made the mistake of buying it off Steam. Which I've now discovered I shouldn't have done, because it means that the game has to, like, verify the aircraft or something. Has to, like, verify that it's not a virus or something like that. Which does take its time. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. It's definitely something to do with the Airsoft Airbus, though. That's for certain. If I go, I can see it. It is running in the background. It's just not really making any progress at the moment, sadly. There doesn't appear to be a way to get it to really, like, go to the front. It's a bit of a shame that it does that. But it just does, I guess. Unfortunately, it's how it works, isn't it? So hopefully it all just loads in as planned, and we don't have any issues. That is what I'd like. Come on, Microsoft Flight Simulator. 5 minutes now, so it should be up in the next 2 to 3 minutes. Now, it normally takes 5 to 7 minutes, I think. This is like the first time I've had a chance to really time it, though. All I knew before was that it took a while. So yeah, I mean, we could have just finished the stream, I know that. We've been streaming for 12 minutes now. Oh, great. I don't know. It's Flight Sim, what are you going to do? It takes its time. I'm just looking at the taskbar waiting, because according to Steam, it is running, you know, it is running, it's just not appearing for us yet. I don't know, maybe when, you know, now I'm flying the 787, maybe we can get rid of the Airsoft Airbus. Maybe, I don't know. That would save our problem, but it would also mean that we couldn't fly the Airsoft Airbus anymore. Which is a shame, obviously, because it's a good aircraft. Oh, Flight Sim's been 6 minutes now. You can start. We've had a rundown of today's route and today's weather, so there's nothing else I can really do. So, yeah. This is an entertaining stream, isn't it, guys? It's really entertaining. We really enjoy this. And there is a new feature. Luckily, I can edit out parts of the stream. So, but just to say, when I put it back into Microsoft Flight Sim for anyone watching now, I will do an introduction to the stream. Because I'm not, you know, I'm going to edit this out when I release the video version of this thing. Oh dear, if we get a stream today, that is. I don't think we're going to get a stream at this rate. My Flight Sim does not want to play ball. Doesn't want to work. It's not in the mood. Unfortunately. Come on, Flight Sim, you can do it. Oh dear. I'm beginning to wonder what's going on with this Flight Sim today. 7 minutes now. This is longer than usual. I'm positive it's longer than usual. I don't know, I'll give it until 7:10. If we haven't been able to get it up and running by then, I'll just cancel the stream. We'll just delay this to next week. And if Flight Sim isn't starting, it is quite a bad issue. Obviously, for obvious reasons, it's a problem. Flight Sim not starting. It's a big problem. Oh, yes, we have success. Flight Sim is starting, guys. Flight Sim is starting. We're saved. Come on, please, FSX. Just don't bug out now this time and we'll be okay. We'll be alright. Oh, this is a nightmare. There, right, that's better, isn't it? That's much better. Right, I'm going to check my settings just to make sure I haven't changed anything in the terrain side of things. Nope, we're okay. So that wasn't the cause of the issue. And I'll check the scenery library quickly. Don't know what happened to add-on scenery. What happened to the box called add-on scenery? That's now disappeared. Okay, I'm a bit worried about that. Maybe that's what's causing the issue. Yeah, there was a box that was called add-on scenery that used to be there. I don't know. Hopefully that isn't an issue. Otherwise, I will probably have to uninstall and install FSX, which won't be good. Please no. Oh, that's taking an age to do that. I don't know what's going on. My FSX, as I said, it just is not in the mood today. Come on. It hasn't even got any new scenery files to make. There. I don't understand what's going on. I really don't. There, come on, let's go ahead and get ourselves loaded in. I'm sick of waiting around. We're 16 minutes into the stream. I'm really sick of it. Hopefully this time we'll click fly now, and that's it. No more problems. But who knows? So, you know. There we go. Right, let's get ourselves moved over to PHLU. A mini sneeze there. Yep, come on. Right, we're loading ourselves in. Yes, it's been much quicker this time. This is how my FSX is meant to load. Instantly. And, if this is correct, I should find myself. Yay! Okay, I don't understand what happened the first time. Just ignore it. I won't bother. Actually, I will trim it out. Hello guys and welcome to the stream. We've had a couple of issues trying to get this up and running. So I've cut the first part of the stream out for you guys watching the video version of this stream. Just cut out the very start part, as we have had some massive issues trying to get FSX up and running. But never mind those, let's enjoy the stream. Right, so that, for you guys watching live, that's the intro. For you guys watching this video, well, just pretend that never happened. This 18 minutes before, obviously you guys watching this video, it never happened, because you guys can't see it. All you know is, it did take that long. It did indeed take that much time to get ourselves working today. Oh, we've got some rain heading our way as well. How lovely. It's perfect weather. And I forgot to fuel this thing up. Great. It's all going well today, isn't it? There's nothing's gone wrong today. I'm just thinking, what's possibly gone wrong today? Just trying to think. It's like, come on. It's great, this. Absolutely great. So evil. It hasn't been fun. Oh well. I'll deal with it. Right, what was I going to do? Fuel and payload. Fuel. 55. Cool. Yeah, and we'll cut out the first 17 minutes for you guys watching as a video, for you guys watching as a stream. Sorry you had to bear with that. And, oh, not again. I've just turned on the engines and then forgot that you can't start. There you go. You can't start the flight recorder with the engines on. There we go. Right, up to 6,000 probably. I don't know. 5,000 will probably be good. We need to be above 3,000 because of the weather. And our airport's at an altitude of 1,300. But I don't think terrain is an issue today. Right, there we are. We're up and running now. Press B to go correct. There you go. Correct everything running. Oh my word, I can't believe what's going on today. Lovely. Here we are, guys. Eventually. Let's bring up our ACC window. There we go. Oh, I can't believe this. Right, let's go ahead and push ourselves back. And let's get out of here, because that's all I want to do now is move out of this airport and actually get on with today's stream. Because, not fun. Right, we're heading 230, so we're going to use runway 23. I'm going to depart straight out. We're basically taking off because it's like straight out. Oh my word. There we go, guys. We've had a bit of a rocky start to the stream. It's taken us 15 minutes, but we're there. We've got there eventually. And obviously, if you guys watching this video, you will never know about that 15 minutes, apart from the fact that I'm telling you guys that happened. Maybe I shouldn't cut it out. I don't know. Actually, I will cut it out, just for the sake of easiness. It's not nice, this. Right, let's backtrack down the runway. Oh, I can't believe it. Can't believe this. Today just isn't the day, is it, for flight simming? But we're doing it anyway. Clouds over Hawaii. And my flight's in being a pain. What more could we ask for? Honestly. Anyway, moaning aside, let's get underway to wherever we're going today. I've actually forgotten where we're going. We are going to Lanai, from here in Molokai, and then from there it's on to Lahaina, Kapalua, and then on to Kahului. I'm so bad at this pronunciation, it's actually a joke. You could make like a comedy sketch out of it. Silly. Oh, bit wayward there with the wind. Right, let's pitch ourselves up. Maybe a little bit early. The clouds aren't quite as bad as that weather radar was making them out to be. Right, gears going up. Let's get ourselves... I'll start my clock on my yoke. 26 miles now to this airport, so it's quite a fair distance, but not massive. No massive hills. We are crossing onto another island today. We are crossing 2 islands, because it's a very small island, this one we're going to first. And there we go, get the autopilot in. And this thing, obviously this thing's autopilot is quite dumb, in a way. Unfortunately, right, flaps coming in. Right, let's try and get this thing up. We might need to climb quite strongly here, or take a different route round. Actually, you know what, let's take the heading out and then try and go up here maybe. Just want to gain as much altitude as possible. Right, nearest airport list, PHNY, and then later we're flying to GHM. PHNY, although it's actually PHGH, JH in real life, so I'm gonna have to set something else. Right, runway 21 we're gonna use. Oh my word. There you go, this is proper VFR flying now. Just mashing this thing up. The altitude to get this thing over our altitude. And yeah, we'll set 4,000 in here, because by the looks of it the clouds are actually at a different level. We can actually request it from Active Sky, so I'll go up here and ask Active Sky what is the actual active weather. According to this, 1,500 feet. Really, Active Sky? That's totally wrong. Is Active Sky just really dumb or something? Like, seriously. The weather it's giving 1,500 feet, yeah right. We're not at 1,500 feet, Active Sky. We're at 2,700 and there are no clouds, so I don't really believe that. Right, let's turn this thing to the left and get ourselves back on course now. Oh, the start to this stream has been a mess. Anyway, guys, thank you for sticking with me with that. Oh my word. Never had a problem like that. From now on in streams, I'm going to load myself into the sim before starting the stream with these VFR streams. I normally do it with the bigger planes anyway, but I don't tend to do it with the VFR flying. But you know what? We will next time. You know what? I think we're going to have to cruise at 3,300. I don't know. Those clouds are quite close to us. Actually, they're not that close. Right, let's get ourselves back on course. We have drifted about a mile off course. I'll just flick this thing over to GPS mode, and I'll get this thing into autopilot so it can get us back on course, and then I'll take it off autopilot then. Actually, I can take it off autopilot now. Now this thing's got its pointing in, you know, the correct direction. Right, 20 miles should take us about 6 minutes apparently, as we are gaining speed. So about six minutes, something like that. I'm just glad to be in the air now. Honestly, I'm fed up with trying to get this thing to work. It's a shame that if the game was instant to start back up, that wouldn't have been much of a problem. It would have delayed us by 2 minutes. But sadly, because of how slow it is to start up, it did cost us a good 10 minutes. Sadly, no, there's nothing you can do. So, did I just put the gear out then? Oh wow, I didn't know that button did that. That reminds me, I need to get something attached to the rudder actually. I'll use that for the rudder, because the other button does nothing, and that does the gear, but as I said, I always use G for the gear anyway. Right, 17 nautical miles now to our next airport. This stream, so we'll subtract 15 minutes from this stream's final time to get... Well, luckily we were 5 minutes early starting today as well, which helped. So really, it's only cost us 6.5 minutes on our normal schedule, because we've been live 26 minutes and it's only 20 past 7. So we have saved ourselves a little bit of time there, which is nice. Absolute pain, this. Absolute pain. Like 15 miles to our next airport. I should start to see it then. There's no real terrain in our way. Just over this hill, basically, I think. Yeah, I don't know. It's flights, it's a pain sometimes. It's what makes the... I don't know, I've always found this... I mean, tell me this, guys, if you know this, but I found it one of the biggest issues with flight sim... No, not flight sim. Games you enjoy. Like, I don't know why, but my favourite games... my favourite games, OMSI 2, Bus Simulator, and this. Both of them are sometimes a pain. OMSI has a silly graphics engine that causes it to lag constantly. Well, not lag constantly, but it has stutters. And no matter what PC you have, you know, you can have the greatest PC in the world. My other PC, which is better than this one, even better than this one. This one's pretty good. The other one, you know, it can run properly good stuff, you know. I mean, it can run things like Wreckfest 60 FPS, things like, you know, Flight Sim 60 FPS, the NASCAR Heat videos you've been seeing have been on that PC, BeamNG Drive have been on that PC, and it's silly that sometimes it can even stutter on that PC. It's one of my least favourite things about OMSI, and yet it's my favourite game, along with Flight Sim. It's a pain to set up scenery for this game. It's about 15 years old, so none of the scenery is intact. Like, I looked to see, you know, that thing I was talking about, what I wanted to do with the VFR flying, once we finished this tour, went to the airport, the scenery was totally wrong. Not even out of date, just wrong. You know, and you can't really get, and there wasn't a scenery for it really, a decent one that you didn't have to pay for, so I might buy it, I might just put it off. Because I've got another special VFR idea I came up with as well. So, yeah, it's a big pain. I don't really know why we have to do it. You know, my favourite games are just like that, unfortunately. Right, that looks like our airport.
Papa Hotel, November.
That's definitely our airport. So let's go ahead and turn ourselves to the left slightly to get ourselves lined up with this runway. Luckily, yeah, we haven't taken too long doing these flights today, so we can get back on track. They've been pretty direct flights, no issues. Hopefully. Yeah, I don't know, it's a shame, isn't it, guys, but we'll live with it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't affect us. It's just a bit of fun. I don't think anyone was watching through that anyway, looking at this. I look at the analytics. Nope, no one was watching through all of that anyway, so it doesn't really matter, but, you know, would have been nice if it had worked anyway, but yeah. So it is just, it's one of those things, I guess, isn't it? Right, we'll set this down to 2,000 feet. We'll reset the pressure by pressing the letter B on the keyboard. The best way of setting something in a flight sim ever. Don't bother doing something inside the cabin. Don't bother checking it. Just get a button to do it for you. It's default inside FSX. It's pretty cool. Press B and there you go. All your troubles are solved with barometric pressure. So here we are, getting ourselves down to about 2,000 feet, which will make us 700 feet above the airfield. So passing through 3,000 here. We'll reduce our throttle and go flaps up to the fullest position you can get on this thing, and get our gear down. And there we go. There is our airport in sight. Let's go ahead and disengage the autopilot, and let's turn ourselves to the right to get ourselves down in this airport. We are on final. Go ahead and announce that on there. Turn ourselves to the right slightly. Also, by the way, guys, this Wednesday night stream will be moving to a Friday night stream in 2 weeks' time. Remember, it was 3 weeks' time. 3 weeks. Because this was initially, if you guys remember, a Friday night series, and then something I do, watching a TV series actually, on a Wednesday night, called Race Across the World. It is very good. And then watching something else on the, actually no, it's in 3 weeks' time. 3 weeks. And we're watching Great British Bake Off as well, which is very good, on a Friday night sometimes. So I will be, and that's why I haven't been able to do this. So we'll be moving back this stream. We'll be moving back this stream to a Friday night slot in 3 weeks' time. Friday 7 PM rather than Wednesday 7 PM, like it always used to be. Anyway, but you know, it has been like this for some time now, so I thought, you know, may as well change it. We might sometimes do a Wednesday night when I feel like it. Oh yeah, -127. That is the best we've ever done in this plane. Well, there we go. If we can't have a good start to the stream, why don't we have a good landing to make up for it? 10 minutes flight time. Oh yeah, that was a good landing. -127. I felt how smooth that was. It looked good. That's amazing. Right, let's backtrack down the runway. We'll vacate the runway and just taxi alongside it. Hello and welcome everybody to our first arrival point today.
Papa Hotel November Yankee traffic Beach Oscar Echo Mike Alpha Delta is clear.
We're down. We'll be using runway 21 for takeoff probably. And there we are. We are here. It's a quite big airport actually in terms of how many stands it has. It's fairly large. There we go. And here we are, guys. Let's go ahead and get ourselves... Oh, these look like big stands. These look like gates. They're not gates, they're parkings, but they look pretty large. Some of them do. Yeah, look, parking 7 and 8, they're ramp GA large. They could accommodate an A320, they could. I'm not sure if I think the runway could actually. I mean, it only has a traffic, this airport, but it's, you know, it has got a fairly long runway, it's got stands and everything. Well, I don't know, we're basically ignoring the taxi restrictions. There's no ATC here, I guess, so who's going to do anything about it? And not only that, there's no planes here, it's just us. So let's go ahead and flip this thing around in the direction of the runway. There we go. Parking brakes off. And off go the engines. There we are, guys. Oh, there we go. That's one flight done. 2 more to go. I can't wait. There we go. It was a bit of a nightmare starting the stream, wasn't it? But there we go. We've got there and we are enjoying the stream. Right, flight number 3. So we're going from PHNY to, well, in the sim, it's called JHM. In real life, currently, it's called PHJH. It's got 2 different names. Direct down there, 19 miles, or 21 according to Fly UK. It varies, obviously. I don't know how it varies, but apparently it does. Apparently it varies. So let's go ahead and flat plan this next flight. So we're going from PHNY, Lanai, down to JHM. And, yep, we should find, once I put this in, that is, that our distance is about 19 miles, yeah. And Kapalua. Yeah, right name, right everything. I discovered this when I inputted, like, a pre-made plan of this flight. I discovered that the airport code was wrong. I looked it up, and it confirmed, yeah, it is wrong. So, there we go. Save that. And there we go. Onwards with our next flight, then. We're all set up. How are we doing for fuel? We have 51% in our tank. This can go up to 4,000. How are the clouds looking? Not that we can rely on active sky, based on the last flight it gave us. Current active weather. Clouds. Overcast at 2,000 feet. 2,300 to be exact. So let's see if that's exact. Let's wait and see, eh? Let's wait and see. Right, Control E to get the engines fired up. Flaps 1. And let's get ourselves out of this place. We're going to be using runway 21, I suspect. Yes, we may as well just taxi straight across. as there's nothing else here. We want to just get out of here as quickly as possible. So we'll head over here. Oh yeah, so yeah, you know, the stream, bit of a rocky start, but it seems as though we're okay. The next leg, I believe, is even shorter. Yeah, it is. 14 nautical miles, the next leg. 14, absolutely amazing, it's even shorter.
Hotel, November, Yankee, traffic, beach, Oscar, Echo, Mike, Alpha Delta, taking off, runway 21, departing.
Lovely. Let's get ourselves... Oh, missed. I thought that one was the centre line then. Oh dear, what's going on today? Right, full power. Let's get ourselves out of this place. Plane's being blown around a little bit. Having to sort of steer to get away from it. This is why I need something for my rudder. Right, up we go. Up in the air we go, guys. Gears going up, and just a full flip around now. We need to be completely the opposite direction for this. Oh, rip. There we go. Nearest airport list. We are heading down to JHN. Automated weather. What's
Juliet
this?
Hotel, Mike, automated weather observation. 1827 Zulu. Wind 010 at 8. Visibility greater than 20 miles. Sky condition, few clouds at 3,500, 4,700 scattered. Temperature 25 Celsius.
I've never seen that before. That's quite interesting, actually. Runway, we're going to go ahead and use runway 2 as it benefits us the most.
Juliet Hotel, Mike,
because why not? You know, basically. Get ourselves up to 4,000 to try and avoid. I mean, there we go. There's 2,300, which according to Active Sky is where the weather was. You know, where all the clouds were. I don't know why it's such an overcast day over Hawaii. Isn't Hawaii meant to be really sunny? Although it is pretty warm. It's still like 25 degrees. Much nicer than Yellowknife. I'd much rather be here. Yellowknife was like, was it minus 18, was it? What's it right now? I know it was night time, I'll give it that, but still. CYZF, it's not night time there now. It's minus 5. Oh my word, it's freezing in Yellowknife. Why is it so cold? It's always freezing. I guess it is Canada, but still. Like, why is it so cold? Right, we're passing at 3,000. This thing is being rocked around a little bit. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. We've gained speed pretty well, though. Just try and get the thing over this mountain. 3,500 should be okay, I think. To get ourselves over this mountain. Should just be enough. Look at that. That's tight. I've judged it to perfection. Well, I haven't judged it to perfection. It was total guesswork. There we go. But look at that. This is what I love about VFR flies. You get this close to these little hills. It's lovely. Absolutely lovely. Anyway, I think it's the last island one. It does have a volcano in the middle of it, so terrain will become quite a big issue. I think it's the last island. If I look at a map, I might be able to see. Yeah, it's the last island. PHMU, which I believe is the finishing point. Yeah, it's the last island. So the last island's got more terrain problems. It seems as though we are flying around them mostly, though. So they shouldn't become much of a problem for us, but it's just fun to note, isn't it? Fun to note down.
Inbound to land, runway 2.
So we're coming 12 miles now from our airport. We'll try to land this thing down on the runway. Is that it down there? What's that? That's not it. What is that? It's like a building. It's like a random. Oh, it's just a set of houses. That's our airport. I see it now. Even though we're 11 miles out, that's kind of odd. 11 miles is still quite far.
Mike Alpha Delta is
Normally you can't really see it by then, but oh well. Right, let's get this thing down to 2,500.
Runway 2.
You know what, 2,000. It's quite a high up airport there. No, not high up, low down. It's like 300 feet, I think. Was it like 268 feet or something? 256 feet. Yeah, it's not very high up, so we'll set this to 1,800 feet. To get this thing descended in time for the airport. You know what, 2,000 is a nice round figure. So we'll set 2,000. So this thing's going to start descending itself down now. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. There's our airport, 7 miles away. Well, according to this, 8 miles. According to the GPS, 7 miles. I don't know how two things from the same game are saying something different. It must have been when I clicked it or something. If I click it again now, it says 6 miles. That says 7. Okay, there's a little bit of a... Well, they're slightly far away from each other for some reason. In terms of what they think, it's quite odd. Oh well. Right, we're getting ourselves descended down. You know what, 1,500 that's set on there. Might as well go down as far as we can. Decrease the power a little bit to start slowing ourselves down. Below 200 knots we are going a little quick. So I'll throw in flaps 1 to get ourselves slow down. You know what, flaps full. Yeah, we get a gear up warning now, so we'll put down our gear. This thing's going to start pushing up its vertical speed a little bit. By accident, not intentional. Right, autopilot is coming out. Let's get this thing down on that ground. Weirdly, even though this is only like a 4 mile shorter flight than that last one, 5 miles, it's a lot shorter. Well, I did start the clock slightly late, but only like 20 seconds late, 30 maybe. Right, cut up to the runway at about 120 knots at the moment. Let's see if we can grease this thing down on the ground like we did last time. It would be absolutely lovely if we could get a smoother landing as we did last time. Who knows whether we're going to be able to do it or not. It would be lovely if we could. I'll say that now. It'd be absolutely lovely, wouldn't it? Absolutely lovely it would be. Anyway, we're coming up to our airport now. I don't know how busy the other one's going to be, what the other one we land at. So far it has been very quiet today, hasn't it? Alright, we'll start turning it round to the left. Here we are coming up to the runway. Turn ourselves round to the left. Here we are coming up to the runway. Going a little quick maybe. Yeah, I knew that was going to be rough. A little too quick I think there, maybe. We were a little too fast approaching the runway. What's that game? This is FSX. It's the Steam edition. Yeah, it's mostly basic scenery and all that. This is basically what you get out of the box. What we're playing with right now. We've got Active Sky turned on. I do have other plane mods and things like that running, but yeah, it's just FSX Steam Edition. As far as I'm aware, it's like the latest update of it, like Service Pack 2 or whatever you call it, but yeah. FSX. Let's get ourselves over to the... There is a little terminal here. That's quite interesting. These airports are quite odd, really. They're like fairly large for an airport that doesn't have a tower. Like, it hasn't got a tower and yet it has a terminal. Like, that makes no sense. Oh well. Like, you would have thought an airport with a terminal would be fairly busy. I'm at least busy enough to handle a passenger flight of some sort, even if it's only this sort of size plane. They obviously expect planes. Right, let's get ourselves turned to the right. And we'll park up just sort of, we'll face the other way actually. Got no tower to deal with, so it doesn't really matter. I'm a boy. Person asking, yeah. I don't mind. Right, park up. And there we go. Bang goes our engines. And yeah, where is... Oh, there we go. We'll stop recording on there. Flight time was 7 minutes. Submit that. That's leg number 13 complete. Leg number 14 now. And then we'll finish up for today. It's been a bit of an eventful stream, obviously, with the start. But yeah, right. So PHJH. And we're going down to PHOG. There we go. Cool, that is everything all plugged in on the overlay, and yeah, ready to go on our next flight. Quick turnaround. How's the fuel looking? 48%, we're fine. We'll go ahead and file our flight plan for this next flight now, the last one. 14 miles it should be today. PHOG, there we go. Also, I hope you enjoying the stream. Anybody watching? 14 miles. There we go. Altitude of 50 feet, this next airport. So, it's not bad at all. Also, if you can hear shouting in the background, please just ignore it. We need soundproofing. That's all I can say. Anyway, let's get this up. Let's get out of here. So, Control E to get ourselves underway for the last flight of today's stream. This stream will slowly end up being about an hour, which I'm amazed about, despite the 15 minutes of problems at the start. So we'll leave the problems at the start in to keep the length up to about an hour, like normal. So it's kind of amazing, actually. We haven't had. I'm actually really surprised we haven't had issues with the length. Right, runway 20, I think we'll use. So we'll get ourselves turn around in this direction. Number 5.
Juliet Hotel Mike Beach Oscar Echo Mike Alpha Delta taking off runway 2, departing straight out.
So we're departing straight out today. Set flaps 5. Right, slow ourselves down, going a little quick there. Hopefully, we had one, the best landing I've ever had in this plane, and then probably one of the worst landings I've ever had in this plane in quick succession there. So we'll see what we can do this time. Right, up to full power. We'll start our clock. And let's go off 14 miles. Not very far this time. So off we go, being blown around slightly. There's 80 knots. Let's pitch the plane up a little bit. Gears going up. And then we'll turn to our right. Next airport list. And then 2. Oh, they have a tower. Okay. And we'll request a landing.
Tower, Beach, Oscar, Echo, Mike, Alpha Delta is 14 miles west with Sierra to land. Beach,
Runway
Oscar,
2 we've been
Mike,
given.
Alpha
Okay, that's
Delta,
nice.
Tower, enter left base, runway 2, altimeter 3016. Flight left base, runway 2.
So we've been given our instructions for landing already. So that's quite interesting. Obviously that does tend to happen with VFR flying, doesn't it? Being rocked around a little bit here. It's a little bit foggy almost. Is how I'd almost describe it. Right, passing 1,500 feet. $1,600 there. Come on, plane, you can do it. There's 1800. Oh dear, we are having some... I didn't realise this like sort of mountain was so big. Looking at the GPS, it is actually quite a steep sort of mountain, but didn't realise it was such a problem. Try and pitch it up while still on the autopilot, which I can do. There we go. To get this thing to climb. Right, you know what, autopilot's coming out. I want to get this thing up in the sky to avoid problems. I didn't think I have to do this. Right, there we go. Autopilot back in. You know what? I think I actually have to still keep climbing here. It has sort of slowed down our pace a bit, but we're going to have to. Hopefully 3,500 will be enough to stay above this terrain. It looks like this next bit is going to require 4,000 somehow. There, this thing's going to start pitching up again. That's better. 4,000's great. There we go. Look at that. 8 miles to our destination airport. Didn't expect this little mountain in the way. Probably should check first. Oh well. It looks nice. I do love the Hawaiian scenery in this. I'm so glad we decided to do the Hawaii tour. I'm really glad we decided to do it because I've really enjoyed it. We've had some lovely scenery, we have. Absolutely lovely scenery. Absolutely lovely. It's nice to have that. Nice to have good and fun scenery. Right, there's 4,000, so we can actually get this thing back down again now to 2,500. Now we're over that hill. I see our airport. It's fairly big. That looks like it. It's got 2 runways. Okay, this thing's fairly big then. We'll try not to land on the wrong runway. Obviously, you know, flashback to Honolulu. Was it 2 weeks ago now? I think it was 2 weeks ago. Yes, 2 weeks ago. Yeah. Wasn't the greatest. That wasn't, was it? Landing on the wrong runway. Luckily, there were no issues caused by it, but just a little bit of stupidity, I guess. Oh well. That's. I'm guessing that's runway 2, right? That's definitely runway 2 now. Because I'm not making any mess ups now. Is this plane on the ground here? Yes, there's a plane on the ground here. Or maybe that's a different airport. Might actually be a different airport. Never mind. Who cares? I think it might be the same airport. Right, is that runway 2? Because I am wondering. Is that runway 2? I'll load in an approach to runway 2. So I can try and get myself onto it. Right, autopilot's coming out. Oh, there was a little lag then when I took that out. Is this the right runway? Nope, that's not runway 2, is it? That's definitely not runway 2. Runway 2 is the other one. I was going to say, that's what I thought originally, because that one there doesn't look like the main runway alongside the terminal. So it's quite unlikely that FSX ATC would give me that one. Right, full flaps and gear. Let's get this thing slowed down. We had some problems with how quick we were going into the last landing, so I'd rather not replicate that this time. Really, I want to be approaching at about 100 knots. I do forget, you know, what proper approach speed to set in this thing. Right, let's turn ourselves round to the left. To get alongside this runway. There we go, we're clear for landing, we're ready to go. Fairly big airport, this, actually. Trying to put a bit of power into this thing to keep it going. This is where I need a rudder, really. It is starting to steer off a little bit. Why are we getting a minimums warning? I haven't even set any minimums. I haven't set anything. It's kind of odd. Right, here we are approaching the runway. Maybe it wasn't here that the Hawaiian 717 was, because I'm a bit off the centre line, but I just want that's a good landing. Whoa, minus 91. We did even better. That is so amazing. We have got one plane at least here. I don't know what that is.
Delta, turn next taxiway.
Come on, let's try and get off here. I've done it. We've just got off.
Beach, Mike Alpha Delta, contact ground on 121.9er.
No, it's not this airport that the Hawaiian's at.
1.9er. Beach.
There's a Cessna here, though. There, look, there's plenty of things on the ground here.
Maui,
No, not taxi to the gate, not taxi to the gate.
Taxi to the gate.
No one taxi to the gate, sorry, plane. I've never seen this GA running, though. Normally they're quite empty, the GAs. No, I don't want to do that, How do I tell it that I don't want...
Echo, Bravo, Alpha, Beach, Mike Alpha Delta.
Oh, great. How do I tell it now that I don't want a gate? I want a parking stand. How do I tell it that?
603, continue taxi. 603, hold position. Caution the beach errands on the taxiway.
I'll get out its way. Otherwise it's just going to go wrong.
603,
Sadly.
603, continue taxi. Roger, 603.
Cessna 208, Pacific Wings. I think that's part of the GA, but that's pretty cool. Okay, I'll just taxi over to the parking stand. We'll whack the power up a little bit. Maybe some might say a bit extreme, but what can you do? A little bit quick, actually. I'll turn down the power a bit. Yeah, turn down the power a little bit. There you go. So I will definitely tune out. I will edit out the start of this stream when it gets uploaded as a video. The first 15 or so minutes I will definitely edit out. But there we go. We've had a couple of problems today, but we've got through it. There's lots of GA on the ground here. We obviously have taxied over to the GA area, despite the fact that we weren't given clearance to that. We asked for a gate by accident. I'm too used to asking for a gate. I've been doing a bit of this flying lately. So I'll park it next to this 402 Alpha, 402A I think. I don't know what this thing is. We'll park it up here on this stand. I know it's the wrong stand. Forgive me, game. Right, and also want to tune on to tower frequency, which was 1229 or something, was it? Because I want to be on their tower so I can hear where that... I want to know where that GA plane's going, which they sometimes say on departure. I think they don't always say it on departure, but it's good enough. And I've forgotten how they get it up on here now. There. So tower 1187. God, that's totally wrong.
Hawaiian 1216 heavy.
Oh, there is a plane landing, and it's a heavy aircraft as well. That's interesting.
To land, runway 2. Hawaiian 1216 heavy.
So it's a 767 on final. That's amazing. They're landing a 767 here. That's great. And I'll get ground on the other frequency so the game doesn't freak out at me. Oh, there isn't another com. Oh, there, it's down there. Right, 1219. Otherwise the game will totally freak out at me. Sadly, for not being on the right frequency. Well, no, it won't freak out at me. It's just nice to hear both. Molokai. Oh, it's going back to where we started this morning. Oh, that's good. It's going back to where we were this morning. Right. No, not this morning. Start the stream. Right, off goes that. And there we are, guys. Again, ignore the noise in the background. There's a hammer this time. I don't know why it's so loud outside today. Anyway. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. I know we've had a couple of problems at the start of the stream. If you guys are watching it as a video, you're lucky because you're not seeing this. you haven't seen that part, the part where we just waited around for 15 minutes, otherwise known as the boring bit of the stream. We don't want boring bits on Mad Chili, but sadly, sometimes we do have them due to problems. There we go. Oh wow. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will definitely see you in the next stream. Remember, Thursday afternoon, we are continuing on in the Baby 737 600 aircraft, going from Yellowknife down to Edmonton, which I cannot wait for. And then the best stream of the week, Friday morning, do not miss it. Friday 8:30am, I will show you guys the Quality Wing 787, my favourite plane so far. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.